Interview started not long ago, and a lot of things are happening. From people getting their messages clashing, other people stating that their school didn't even tell them that they write any entrance exams, but only for them to go there, they were asked to write entrance exams. 10 things you shouldn't even say in an interview room, because some people said some things, and later when they came outside, they were hearing that their friends had admission instantly, but then they were told that they'll be called later. And then 5 myths you shouldn't even believe when it comes to nursing interview. So in this video, we are going to talk about so many things. Stick and stay, and don't forget to like, comment, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hi everyone, if you don't know who I am, I'm Mavis Akhurst. I'm a registered general nurse. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the things which is currently happening, and also 10 things you shouldn't even say in an interview room, and then 5 myths which whenever I hear them and when people say it, I instantly marvel, because if it was me during my time and then somebody had told me all this, I wouldn't have even gone for the interviews. So stick and stay, and let's start. Now, updates with the nursing interviews. Currently, the interview started not long ago, and then the schools have started sending their messages. But then people were giving messages whereby their interview stated that you'll be coming on so and so date, and then you're going to pay 250 cedis for the interview fee, and then accommodation for 40 cedis, 30 cedis, and then 50 cedis respectively. But then they didn't state that you're going to write any entrance exams. So when people went to the place, they ended up writing entrance exams. Some wrote in essay form, dictation, and even objective tests. That is what is happening currently. But some schools genuinely do not have time for entrance exams. Some of them, when they give you the messages, they don't even take those entrance exams seriously. So they go straight to the interview. But whilst others do, they send messages, they don't state it. But when you go there, you're going to write entrance exams. So my advice is that when you are going, prepare yourself adequately. Make sure that you have your pen available, your calculator, just in case. And if you have heard the word aptitude test in your messages, it simply means that you're going to write an entrance exams. It could be in an objective form. For example, the people who went to Kolebu asked to write objective tests. It was around science, English, core maths, and also general knowledge in nursing as well. And then for people who went to Wale Wale, they are saying that they are coming to write an online MCQs, and they are checking your appearance, the aptitude test they are going to do, the way you are going to speak in front of them, and then your mannerism. So all of them to also count as well. So even though the schools are sending the messages to you, they don't state what they are looking for. But some of them, they state what they are looking for. So please make sure that your appearance is very nice as well. And then make sure you speak loudly to their hearing. Other people too went to their interviews, and then they were given instant admission. When we say instant admission, it simply means that the moment you are done with the interviews and then they see that you have done very well, you have impressed them, they give you instant admission. We have instances whereby people went to the place and then they weren't given instant admission. They were told that they will be called later, but they didn't give it to them instantly. So the people who went and then they were given instant admission, it means they did well to the extent that the people were very impressed. And if you didn't get instant admission, it doesn't mean you wouldn't be called for admission. Maybe the people who got instant admission would not even like to come there. So they'll give your slots to you. That is how it works. Now, for people who have their messages clashing, if let's say your school sent you a message and then another school sent you another message, but then the dates are clashing, relax. Kindly go to one which is currently closer to you and then go to the other one later. If you have financial issues, select one and then go to the one which you think you like the most. If you have money for both, go one the first day and then another day you go to the other one. And someone may ask, what should I say in case they ask me why I didn't come? When they ask you that why didn't you come, just tell them, one, you are financially unstable. That one is very, very good. Whenever you say something like that, they accept, because not everybody have the money to come to the interview place, to come and pay interview fee, pay transportation, accommodation as well. So when you say that, it will help you. Or you can even say you weren't feeling well. That is it. But never say your interview date has clashed, or you were having another place to go and then you are coming here later. You wouldn't be accepted. Or people have the boldness to even call the school and say that my schools have clashed, so can you please reschedule my dates for me? It doesn't work that way. Please. Now that is the update which is currently happening. But then in my next video, I'm going to explain when to expect your admission messages, the meaning of instant admission, temporal admission, the commitment fee, and many more. So stick and stay and watch my videos one by one. Now let's talk about what you shouldn't even say in an interview room. People went to the interview room and then they thought they did everything correctly, but only for them to come out, they realized that they made some mistakes. So you shouldn't do what people did. Just learn from what they did wrongly. Point number one, you shouldn't say I don't know in an interview room. Even if you go there and then you don't have any idea, never say I don't know. Say I do not have any idea about this particular question. Some people even don't let the panelists land. Then they say I don't know. Please don't do that. Point number two, people saying that my parents forced me to apply to this profession. I beg you. I know that majority of us, we are not having the passion to become nurses. I know that some of us, our parents forced us to apply to the nursing profession. But please never say my parents forced me. If let's say they ask you, so why are you here? And then you say my parents forced me to come and sit here. Please. You can say my family members really like the profession, and then it is my own decision to apply to this profession. That is why I am here. At least it is nicer that way rather than to say that your parents said you should apply to nursing. Point number three, you should never say that the job pays more. Currently, we don't even know the pay of nurses. And then people are hearing that after I'm done with nursing, I'll get posted instantly. But the truth of the matter is that the government doesn't even post early. So if you say that the job pays well, I don't know, that means you are here for only money. You are not here to even serve the people. So please never say the job pays well. You can say you have the passion for it, and then you are caring, compassionate, and the rest. Okay. Point number four, please never compare another profession to nursing. In case you go there and they ask you, oh, so why nursing? Then you say it's because teacher training is very difficult. Those people, they don't respect them. That is why you are here for nursing. Never compare other professions to nursing. If you like nursing, just say that you have the passion for it. Don't compare the profession, okay? Point number five, do not say I do not like blood. When they ask you that, oh, so why nursing? And then you say I do not like blood. You do not like blood, but then we are here. Then that means that you don't want to be a nurse, because in nursing, you are going to see a lot of blood. You are going to see wounds, breast cancers, different types of wounds that you might even wonder. So don't even go and say that I do not like blood. Point number six, another thing you shouldn't even do is that you're going to argue with the panelists. When you go there and then the panelists ask you some questions, and then instantly you think your answer is correct, then people start arguing with them because they feel their answers were correct. Please, I beg you, do not argue with the panelist. If your answer is correct, they know your answer is correct. Sometimes they deliberately do that to see whether you can retaliate or something like that. They deliberately do that. So please make sure that if your answer is correct, you know within your heart that your answer is correct, but they just want to see if you are going to talk back or you are going to keep quiet. Point number seven, never say I have protocol when you are at the interview place, because some people are very bold enough that when they go and sit there and then they ask you, why are you here? And you're like, oh, I'm here because somebody promised me that the person will give me protocol. So I am here. No matter what you do, I've already passed. I beg you, never go and say you have protocol there, and never make it obvious that you even know one of the panelists in the panelists, okay? Just keep quiet. If they ask you, what is your name? You mention what your name is. If they ask you, where do you come from? You mention where you come from. If they say, introduce yourself, you introduce yourself. to their hearing, please do not say that you know somebody there or you have protocol. Otherwise, you'll be disqualified. Because if they are done with the interviews, they'll go and ask who is going to grant you that protocol, and then they'll remove your name from the list. Please, because we have instances whereby people have gone for interviews, they were able to answer questions. The letter said they had protocol. So obviously, if you have protocol, then let your protocol person get. Point number 8. Using slangs. Yes, a lot of people go inside the interview room and then instead of them constructing very good English or a good sentence, they end up using slangs. If they say introduce yourself, then somebody will say, yo, my name they you already know this pidgin they people already use. Some people at times they even test me and then their pidgin, I even don't even understand what the person is even saying. So imagine this person sitting in front of the panelists and then this person using slangs like yo, chale, what's up in front of them as if they are your co-equal. My darlings, please. The thing is that when you go inside the interview room and then they ask you to mention the minister's name and then you forget to add their titles like honorable, chief, please don't forget to add them. It is very important. I beg you. Another point is that lying about your experience. I know that majority of us genuinely have worked somewhere. Others too haven't worked somewhere. But then just be honest whenever you go there. Do not make up things which you haven't even achieved in life so that you go and impress them, because some people have the intentions that they are going there to impress the panelists in order for them to get admission. Please, if you haven't achieved something in life, keep quiet. Because some people will say, I worked with Chicken Man, I worked with Blue Skies, but sometimes too, people are genuine that, oh, okay, I worked with them. And the moment you say that, it will bring another question again. Because the panelists, they're also curious, like the way everybody will be. So the moment you bring up some things that you haven't achieved, they will definitely ask you questions around that. Another thing you shouldn't also do is crying in front of them. In case you are hearing that some of your friends are getting instant admission and only for you, when you entered the room, they didn't give you instant admission. They told you that go home, we will call you later. And then the moment you hear it, you are crying in front of them. You are screaming that, oh, please, can you help me? Please, I beg you. Please give me some. I beg you, you will not even be selected. Just keep quiet and then go your way. They will definitely call you if there's a slot for you. So please relax. And if you went there and then your colleagues are getting instant admissions and then you are not getting yours, they will definitely send you a message. Okay. Now let's talk about the 5 myths. Whenever I hear them, I marvel. These lies that whenever people say it, it discourages people to even go for interview. This myth that whenever people talk about it, you don't even feel like going for the nursing profession, like honestly speaking. So now let's talk about them. The first thing is protocol is the only way out. Look at it in this perspective. If the people who went to the schools that have given them instant admission were told that, oh, for DS, before you come to that school, you have to get protocol. This particular applicant goes for interview and then this person is granted instant admission. That means that if the person had already paid money to somebody in the school, the person has to go back for a refund, because at this point, when the person went for interview, the person has been given instant admission. How would you react? Would you go there to go and take your money, or you just say that, okay, maybe the instant admission is from the person who did the protocol for me? My dear, you shouldn't believe that only protocol is the way out. We have people who genuinely have protocol whereby they are going to help them get admission. That is fine. But if you do not have anybody and then people are saying that into your mind, then my dear, you end up being scammed by people who are not legit. The truth of the matter is that you should, 1, look for people who are legit. And how are you going to even look for them? 2, believe in yourself, because no matter what you do, what is yours is yours. The people who went for interviews and then they were given instant admission, they were also believing that, but later they were given instant admission, and then right now they don't even believe that protocol is the only way out. Personally, I went to Mampoint, also 37 military, and honestly speaking, I heard that there's something called protocol, but I didn't even believe that, because I knew that if it was my time, it would be my time. So genuinely, I got admission because I didn't believe that And honestly speaking, when you believe that's too much, you end up sending money to people. The school themselves will send you messages for you to get admission. And when the school themselves send the messages like that, the protocol people will attach themselves to it and say that they were the ones who made you get admission. But low-key, it was the school themselves who sent you that admission fact messages. Point number 2, memorizing things one by one. I know that people have bought my interview guide, but then you shouldn't memorize things one by one, because people are saying that when you memorize things one by one, that will impress the panelists. No. You shouldn't memorize things. It should happen naturally. If you memorize things one by one, you end up making a mistake. And when you make a mistake, the rest would go away. So I beg you, relax. Point number 3, when you are nervous, you will not get admission. Please don't believe that. A lot of us went for interviews and then we were all afraid, we were all nervous, we were all scared that what if this doesn't go well? What if I'm not able to speak? It happens naturally. People who even speak in public, they also get nervous before they even speak. So please, whenever you are going to an interview room and then people say, if you are nervous, you will not get admitted, it is not true. If only you were able to speak confidently. Point number 4. Another thing you shouldn't believe in is that only science students get admission. Even though the schools have sent you messages that come for interviews, I beg you, we have science students there, we have non-science students there. Non-science students are the general art students, the home economics students. It's only the schools which have labeled themselves as we are only science-related school, like Kintampo. That school particularly, they like science students only. But apart from them, we have other schools there whereby they have general art students there, home economics students there, visual art students, and they don't say that because we are not science students, we will not accept you. They would accept you as long as you are able to answer. That is why they use the elective subjects to ask questions. Point number 5. Another thing you shouldn't even believe when it comes to nursing interviews is that learning only the current affairs. Even though that we are going for interviews, you can be shocked that when you go there, you will not be even asked one minister. Always only learning about the current affairs. My darling, end up not even knowing what to say. You have to learn over the bar, outside. One lady went inside the interview room and then she was asked to mention the blood groups. We have A, we have AB. Another person went there and then she was asked some critical thinking question like, if there are 13 birds on the tree and then you shoot 3 birds, how many birds will be left on the tree? Think about it and then give me your answer in the comment section. Another person also went there and then they asked her that, can you please tell me about yourself? Mention the Minister for Transport, all right, the duties of nursing, the meaning of PPE, the meaning of BP, what is vital signs. So if this person hasn't learned outside the box, the person would have been thinking that it is only ministers. It is not only ministers, I beg you. Please learn outside the box. That is why I have interview guides to support you. So that is the 5 myths you shouldn't believe. I wish you all the best. And in my next episode, we'll be talking about admissions and what to pack for school and when to expect your admission messages. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and also subscribe for more. Bye-bye.